KY, and of course, I got caught talking. Imagine that. That never happens, especially when George is here. Mr. George Kilgore is with us this morning, and of course, we love it when he's here. Good morning, George.
Good morning, Tess.
And you've got a special guest this morning too.
I do.
He brought me Brother Rick Hillyard, and that's really sweet of you, I think. But, I think he's new to town, right?
He is. First Baptist Church, we was talking last week a little bit about our church and how we've had to cancel a lot of our senior adult activities, and got to talking about our new pastor, and just thought it might be a good idea if he was interested to come out and talk with you.
We're going to throw you in the middle of the lake and see if you can swim, Brother Hillyard. Is that all right?
I know how to dog paddle, but not swim too well, so we'll see how it goes.
That's the plan anyway, huh? I'll tell you, welcome to our area. Now, where are you coming to us from?
I'm an Indiana boy.
Okay.
Most people recognize the city of Evansville, and so I was born near there. A little small town about 10 or 15 miles north and a little bit east of Evansville, Elberfeld, Indiana. No one knows where Elberfeld is, so I always tell people that I'm from Evansville. Interesting, though, I'm a little bit familiar with Western Kentucky. My mom and dad both were born and raised not far from here in Ohio County, so just a few miles east of us, and so we would always come down and visit in Ohio County, and kind of grew in me a little bit.
Well, Evansville's not that far. A lot of us go to Evansville a lot.
Sure,
That's kind of normal, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I'll tell the truth. I used to live there for a little bit. I was a Hoosier for like a year or two.
Oh,
That's
well,
a
good.
dirty secret, George. Don't tell nobody.
You hadn't shared that before.
I hadn't. I try not to. That's my dirty little secret. But it's a beautiful area. What's some of your things that you like to do, you and your family?
I'm an outdoorsman. Just as far as fun activities is concerned, I enjoy hunting and fishing and those kind of things, like most sports, especially basketball. I'm not going to talk anything about being a red-blooded Hoosier fan or anything like that.
Wait a minute.
But love basketball.
I do love me some Bobby Knight. I'm not going to say nothing about that. But you got to bleed. You bleed blue and gold. I mean, that's just the way it is.
You don't notice I cut myself shaving and actually bled red. So,
I don't understand that. I don't know. We'll go past that so we can all still be friends. How about that?
Yeah, of course.
And, of course, now you're pastoring out at First Baptist, right, in downtown Princeton, right?
That's accurate, yes.
And then you do something every morning with coffee, too, right?
Yeah, at 8 o'clock every morning on my Facebook live feed, I do what I call a morning coffee with Pastor Rick. When I decided to start doing morning coffee with Pastor Rick, I didn't know that you were doing something
it's my competition,
similar.
George.
So I stole your name, kind of, and so do apologize for that, but I think I'm sticking with morning coffee anyhow.
I really wasn't.
He's going to be gracious, wasn't he?
I was just going to help him out. I wasn't. Well, he's a Hoosier fan, and he's my competition, so I mean, whatever. I know. I think you've done already. It's a really nice devotional. And I will say it's there all day long. If somebody is working when you're doing it, they can also pick it up anytime.
Yeah, that's accurate. It does stay on the First Baptist Church Princeton Facebook page. You can go there and look at several, even of the past episodes. If you've fallen behind a little bit, you can go there and pick those up. I'm not sure how long Facebook allows them to stay on our live feed, but there are several that are still yet on there today. It's been a blessing, really. The coronavirus situation, I didn't know how that I would be able to come to town and create a way to minister to people, because, of course, we're all concerned with CV-19, and we know that it's just a unique day, and you don't want to do a lot of personal contact with people, but I wanted to kind of ingratiate myself to the people in First Baptist Church, and came up with that idea, and it's been a pretty good idea.
Well, it's hard, I think. I mean, George and I had talked about that, because you have a thriving community that, I'm going to tell you, if you haven't seen how full his bus gets for those senior trips, you're missing out. And there's a lot of people that had even wanted to start, getting involved that hadn't even been able to yet, and now this hits. So it makes kind of a stressful environment, and I think that you've been really creative being able to reach out to people who might not be able to get out right now.
Well, thank you for saying that. It has proven some dividends for me. I've been able to establish some relationships. Of course, they're all, over social media and from a distance, but I really have got to know some people in town. I find it interesting that I can't go anywhere in town without someone saying, "Hey, you're Pastor Rick from First Baptist Church, and we're watching you." I was even in, what is it, Fredonia? As far north as Fredonia, and we went there to buy some furniture at a store there. And I walk in the door, and someone says, "Oh, you're Pastor Rick. You have the coffee time." And so it really has helped to get me known a little bit.
Have you took him to Coon Dog yet? If you're just stretching your legs out there, or the barbecue, I'm telling you.
There's so many good places.
Shoo-wee, y'all. I'm telling you, the omelets don't get much better than Coon Dog. I mean, they're really good. And then you could just stay for lunch because, man, they got some good barbecue just about 2 doors down from that. So, I mean, you can hang out and go see woodworking and all. We'll just go to Fredonia, Pastor Rick.
Yeah, I tell you what, I am a big fan of barbecue, and especially if it's really good, I will make myself a frequent person there. And so,
we'll tell Mayor, that's like an institution. Are you kidding? What have you not taken him to, George?
Yeah, well, this is new.
There's just so much
Mayor Jim Seibert and I, we're going to make sure that we introduce you to Fredonia, I think, is what just needs
that'd
to
be
happen.
Awesome.
Because it's a lot of fun, and our neighborhoods and communities are all really tight-knit for the most part. And I think you'll find, even though they're different churches and it might be different denominations, they actually work really well together and pull together when they need to.
Yeah, that's excellent. I hope to be able to do that. I've had a really warm reception so far in Princeton with, of course, at First Baptist Church, just a great church with a real rich history and tradition there, and grateful to be there. And then the people in town have been just so warm and welcoming. We consider ourselves, everyone has heard of Hoosier hospitality, but I tell you what, I think Kentucky has got us beat in regard to that. And so the hospitable nature of people so far has just been fantastic.
I need you to repeat after me. How's your mama and them? You're going to need that.
How's your mama?
How's your mama and them?
It's
all one word. How's your mama and them? That's something you're going to need that. I'm trying to help him out.
I know
you're not taught him nothing, have you? But it's what we, other than just picking and playing, we do a lot of that too. But we really and truly we appreciate you being here.
Well, thank you so much.
And goals? What do you got on the horizon? What are you shooting for?
I'm thinking about First Baptist Church, and I guess our immediate goals is to kind of bring us back to a normal mode of operation.
What is normal anymore? The new normal anyway, right?
Definitely a new normal. We've been kind of gradually opening up.
Right.
Some of the things, our ministries that we have to offer. We had plans last Sunday to go to in-person Sunday school.
Right.
We were kind of late adopters in regard to that, and so we had plans Sunday, but with the way CV-19 is heightening here in our county, we decided that probably the number of people that we would bring together in smaller rooms, probably something we need to just hold off for a little bit. So kind of taking a step back in regard to that. So long-term plans for First Baptist Church want us to see us be a leading church, of course, in West Kentucky, reaching as many people as we possibly can with the gospel.
Well, and I'll tell you, that's a big thing right there, is when you say, trying to just push forward and do what we can. And I think that makes a big difference right there, is just having the patience. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think throughout the whole thing, like Mike Littlejohn has done, his Sunday school classes have become very popular online. I'm one of them that watches them.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, trying to get back to some semblance of normal, it's kind of become normal to watch his Sunday school every week.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think Dr. Mike's been doing that for I think it's 18 weeks
yesterday.
now. And we have a number of people that are like Dr. Mike and are doing virtual Bible studies, and that we have
Right.
4 different offerings that people, and all of them are growing, and they reach such an incredibly wide audience. I mean, not only do we have people living in our county that's listening to those, but people in several states and even several countries away are listening to that. So I think that's a leadership lesson that we can learn to do a better job virtually when we do come back to whatever the new normal is, to do a better job virtually with what we have to offer to our community and also to the nations.
Well, shut-ins, were there, unfortunately, before COVID ever started.
Exactly.
Now, unfortunately, I think that has definitely increased the number of shut-ins that we have that can't get out and go to church on a regular basis and are fearful. But we had those before. Mm-hmm. And I think if nothing else, one thing that COVID has done has really kind of extended the different ways that we share maybe church services or Sunday school services that can reach a whole new audience of shut-ins that were there, but just there wasn't the opportunities. Yeah, so I think that may end up being, if there is a silver lining to anything.
Right.
Yeah, you always try to look for ways in which you can learn. And I think at least one of the ways that I have learned is to do a much better job. We've always done ministry the way ministry has been done. And through this, it's kind of opened our eyes up a little bit to think about, God has given us other opportunities. So it requires us to think a little bit differently, and to approach things a little bit differently, and, to come up with a plan, whatever we do, to try to do it as well as we can.
Well, and that's not a bad thing either.
Yeah.
But, it's church. Sometimes we sing the same songs because that's just the ones we always did. And that, we do the same things because we always did them that way. And we still enjoy them, so we just do them that way. And a lot of times you can ask people, why do you do that? Well, because we always have. I don't know. And you get stuck in that rut. And because it's easy sometimes. It's comfortable and it's easy. And I think sometimes these are the best lessons that we can learn.
Yeah, definitely. Mama ain't never done it like that before is what I've heard so many different times. But the new day, you got to be just wise in what you do. And, really when you come down to the matter, it's about God's message and getting God's message out to as broad an audience as you possibly can, because we have a great message to share. There's good news found in Christ, and people need to know about that. And too often we are just kind of sitting back and doing what we used to do when God has so much more in store for us. And so figure out the best ways to do that going forward.
Years ago, my uncle that was one of the founding members out at Sugar Creek, he had said, one of his favorite things to say is it just ain't worth it if Jesus ain't in it. There ain't no use in wasting your time. And that was something he used to say all the time. So right. I guess as long as we can get through everything and Jesus is in it, we'll be all right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here. We appreciate you, George.
Hey, just
what do you think?
It's going to be good. It's going to be.
We got anything
good.
On the horizon?
Just waiting and seeing right
Fingers
now, as
crossed.
we talked about. Our senior adults
right.
They're eager to get back, but in talking with them, they're also they're cautious.
Right.
But they're ready, and just as quick as we can. Our goal is to get back to the ministry that we have and reaching out to people and to be a part. But at the same time, our number one goal is for them to be safe in doing so. We do have some, little pockets that get together
right.
individually, but still we're looking forward to the time whenever we can all be back together and travel and do. And we're hoping to get Pastor Rick and his wife to be a part of that.
Well, I'm hoping I'm going to sneak on that Amish bus. I'm telling you right now, that Pennsylvania bus, I'm sneaking on somewhere, or a Gatlinburg trip.
Yeah.
I'm just going to warn him ahead of time.
That sounds good, and I definitely will be involved in some of those trips. It's a good way to get to know people. And you travel with them, you learn a lot about them.
Well, when you get, sometimes, my dad says this sometimes, you don't get as many visitors as you used to because the younger folks are busy going to ball games and school functions and stuff all the time. And sometimes once you get older and you become a grandparent, you don't get as much company around the house as what you used to. So sometimes being with other folks your age that are grandparents as well can be a really helpful thing.
It's been a blessing.
I love that ministry. That is, I love that. He knows I tell him that all the time. As my son says, you love everything, Mom. I do not. But I do that.
Yeah.
George, we appreciate it. Of course, if you're just joining it, George Kilgore and Brother Rick Hillyard, he brought you in to kind of, we wanted to break you in gently and to welcome you to the neighborhood. We really do. We welcome you. And, of course, brand new pastor at First Baptist Church in Princeton.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for the hospitality and the offer to come and to chat a little bit on your program today.
We'll work on that Hoosier thing. I don't know. We'll get him to stick around for a while. Maybe we'll work on that. How about that? Hey, Coffee Talk is coming up. Guess who else is coming up? He's going to tell us all about some free milk, which, I mean, who couldn't take any free milk? It's 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Happy Birth Month, America, from Penny Ryle Electric. At Penny Ryle Electric, we think our freedoms and inalienable rights are worth celebrating all month long. As we spend time with family and friends this summer, it may look a little different than summers past, but there are still memories to be made and built. And while we're doing that, we want to remember those who built the foundation for what we know is the greatest country in the world. And remember, as you celebrate, do so safely. From your friends at Penny Ryle Electric.
Local businesses have supported us in every regard. Now it's our turn to support them. Here's a way you can help.
The road crews clearing, the law enforcement protecting, the health officials informing. Our local heroes are paid by you when you shop local businesses. Now more than ever, it's important that we shop local merchants who provide such important sales tax revenue. As we flatten the curve and rebuild, we need you to support local life. Keep our local economy strong with our local businesses. Here today, here tomorrow, we're in this together. This is Beth Mann, President and CEO of the Edge Media Group, asking you to support local.
The Edge Media Group encourages you to support local. Be sure to post what you're doing to show your support. #SupportLocal.
Get ready for back to school with Health First Community Health Center, offering immunizations, physicals, ADHD treatment, and well-child sick child visits. At Health First, we offer affordable quality health care for the entire family. Call us to make your appointment today at 877-667-7017. That's 1-877-667-7017. Walk-ins are welcome. All children receiving back-to-school services will be entered to win a backpack full of school supplies. At Health First, your health is our first concern.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Black Patch Grill.
And here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast for today. It looks like sunshine because Deb's here and she's sunny. High 85, tonight clear and 62, tomorrow sunshine 89, and Wednesday, hump day, I don't want to say it day, 20% chance of early afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Should be out of here by 3 o'clock though, high 92. That heat index triple digits, so be aware of that. 8:39 at 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and of course, we're right smack dab in the middle of Coffee Talk, where we should be at about this time of day. And Miss Deb Domke just walked in. She's like sunshine. I love it when she comes in.
Thank you. You look like sunshine today, too.
I wore my hat specifically for her. This is my golf visor. It's my
I'm going to take that golf visor from you. I don't play golf, but, you know.
I need to get one for you, and then we could match.
We could be
twinning. Is that what the cool kids call it, twinning?
Oh, is that the new word for it, twinning?
My daughter said it the other day. Oh, Mom, we're twinning. Okay.
Okay. I just call it Twinkie.
I have twins, so the last time I said I'm twinning, I meant I was twinning.
Awesome.
One of the things that I wanted to go over with Deb today, and of course, she wears so many hats. So we talk about hats. Now, you wear some hats, woman.
And I love some hats.
Well, one of the things is Payroll Vault. So you're a local business too.
Absolutely.
Not only do you represent a local business, but you also represent the Chamber of Commerce for Lake Barkley.
We do.
And could you shut that door right there?
I will.
Would you mind? Them men in there are cackling, and they talk about them cackling women, them cackling men in there are henning. Look at them, hen pecking. But anyway, the Chamber of Commerce for Lake Barkley, I mean, that's a huge thing. Responsibility-wise, I mean, that to me, Lake Barkley is just, oh. I mean, it's up there.
Right. Lake Barkley is a beautiful place, and, every year it just gets prettier and prettier. But I'm a little biased because I grew up on that lake. I was a baby, I believe, and my daddy and my mom and father, Daddy went out and found me a life preserver that would fit an infant so that I could go out on the lake. And in fact, this is like, my mom's out there listening. I know Wednesday's my birthday. And so, I remember
I think it should be Deb Domke Day.
Well, Mom was telling me this past weekend, she said, right before I had you, I was out on that lake. She said, I was like right here on Lake Barkley. So, it's great being home. And
that's gorgeous.
There's a lot of memories that are made on this lake. And, this year we're making all kinds of memories on this lake. It's good or bad.
Well,
but
you all had a tragedy over the weekend, really, I think is the way I would put it, with the fire.
Right, in Green Turtle Bay.
We weren't going to talk about that. That wasn't something that it was even there last week. But,
it is.
I hate it, and our prayers go out to those folks that were, involved in the loss of property and that sort of thing. I mean, that's rough.
Exactly. But, the great thing about our community is we're resilient. So instantly, Green Turtle Bay was issuing communication and communicating with their boat owners and the people that are coming. I have a great friend out at Owensboro that's coming down this weekend to vacation and rent a boat. And I just got off the phone with Mr. Jimmy Qualls, who has boat repair work, and everybody knows Mr. Jimmy. And he was like, have you seen Green Turtle? So, the one thing about our community, and I think what makes us, and I always say this, extra special, is we're neighbors. We're in the small town, and people are willing to pitch in and do whatever it takes to help make our area and keep it great.
I see. Again, I think that is so special because I think that's one of the things in this area. Of course, Pastor Rick was just in here. He just moved here, as a Hoosier. So we're going to forgive him and love him for that.
Yeah,
but, for our area, man, that's what we know how to pull up the bootstraps.
Yes, we do.
That's something we know how to do.
Absolutely.
And it seems like here lately we've had to do it time and time again, and I understand that. And right now, I talked to her, what was it, Thursday or Friday, and I said, man, I need my Deb because it's one of those times when it seems like everybody's fighting and everybody's fussing back and forth and people don't agree. But you know what? I don't think they have to agree, do they?
No. And, I've grown up all my life learning different you meet different people and that affect you different ways throughout your life and you learn from them. The big thing, like even yesterday, I was in church and Pastor Steve McVeigh at Saratoga, his sermon was on one day at a time. And as I left church and my husband and I were driving back to the farm, and I said, that's so relevant right now because everybody is so intense. And the other thing I learned growing up is that you can agree to disagree. You have to respect each other as human beings. Not everyone has the same thought process. You're just as passionate about maybe wearing masks, then the other side is just as passionate about, I don't want to wear a mask. And so you have to respect both sides of the altar. And these poor businesses, these small businesses, I was in communication this weekend with one of our restaurants, and they served over 500 people in one day. And it's like 100 degrees in the shade in that kitchen. And then there was a lot of people that came in and said, I'm so hot, I don't want to wear a mask. Then you have other people that are saying, if you don't wear a mask, I'm going to report you. It's like everyone has to be respectful and just take it one day at a time. And if we do that, if we just say, get up this morning, it's on a Monday morning, and say, okay, God, or, we have this day. So let's make it be the most respectful, be the nicest that you can possibly be to the other people within our community. And, Beth Mann and your station and Edge Media Group has done this Shop Local. And there is not a better time if we try to fight this COVID-19 and it just keeps resurging and coming back at us. And you know what? The resiliency of our community, if we say, okay, we live here in Lake Barkley, we live in Caldwell County, we live in Livingston County, and we're in our little circle, and we can be the best people we can possibly be. We can take this one day at a time, figure it out, be nice, and just don't be ugly to people because they choose not to wear a mask or you choose to wear a mask. We all just have to be respectful of each other.
See, that's why I wanted her to come in. Because I heard somebody say over the weekend, I'm not going back there. Even when it's over with, I'm not going back there. I was like, man, that breaks my heart, because this is the beating heart of our community. And we are fortunate. We are so fortunate to have so many local businesses here that a lot of communities aren't these days.
Right.
And we are so blessed with that. There's nothing I wouldn't do to try to help them stay.
Right. And these business owners, they've put their whole entire livelihood in many times. Even my business, we invested a great deal of money in our company and bringing it to Lyon County and to this area and to Western Kentucky. Well, these other businesses are just the same way. I'm in it with you. So they're doing, after being shut down on COVID, they're trying to reopen and make up for being shut down for 3 or 4 months. And they're trying to do and serve the customers at the masses the best way they possibly can. So all I can say is be nice, be respectful, and know that they're in it and they're trying to walk down that path as much as you are, trying to respect the health conditions of yourself and others. And, the key word is be respectful of both sides of the aisle.
Just be kind to one another.
Absolutely.
I mean, the businesses, one way or the other, they're only going to do what they have to do to survive, to feed their kids too.
Right.
And, don't take it out on them. Whichever way you choose to believe.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
And everybody should just respect each other's opinion. I like to wear green. You might not like to wear green.
I
It's
wear
okay.
blue a lot, and she still likes me.
I'm not going to yell at you because you don't wear green, So let's just be nice and take it one day at a time, and not, because when you kind of look at things on the big picture, you're like, when is this ever going to end? And it's just negativity that showers you.
Well, it gets beyond the negativity, where a lot of people are starting to get depressed, and then it gets beyond that. And I promise you, there are people out there with much more horrible things to worry about than, fussing over little things.
Right. It's crazy summer. It's just, all we can say is it's a crazy summer. But we're going to have some fun tests.
Shoo-wee, y'all, bring it on. The reason I got my golf hat on, she's got a perfect color on with green, is we got a tournament coming up.
Yes, we do. And we're going to have a little fun.
Yes,
okay.
A lot of fun.
So we are going to practice social distancing. We're going to be outside. We are going to bring this golf tournament. It's going to be bigger and better than ever. It's Friday, August 7th, at an 8 a.m. shotgun. So we're, to try to counteract the heat of the midday.
Right.
Not going to say you're not going to be warm, but we'll have...
it's going to be hot.
It's going to be hot, but this is a hot golf tournament. It's the hottest ticket in town. We have a hole-in-one prize of $30,000.
Oh,
and it's
yes,
a
please.
50-50 split with the chamber, but still it's $15,000. That's a nice return on a golf outing.
That's a lot more than what I walked in with, I can tell you that.
Well, we look forward to seeing you out there. Then we'll have breakfast, and our local McDonald's, the McEhaney family, is donating great sausage biscuits that will be wrapped up for that breakfast and go to get on the course. And then we're also doing prizes. It's cash prizes. So first place $460, second place $240, third place $120, seventh place $80. And if I was playing, maybe I would be in the round for the 12th place, which is $40. And that would be with 12 teams.
I'm just letting you go. I'd show up for the sausage biscuit. I'm just here. Now, tell us where this is at.
It's at Mounds State Park, and they did.
It's like my favorite place to go.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful, and that is like the hidden gem of this area.
The deer walk right up to you. They are laying just off at the side of the green. You'll never know they're there until they stand up. They're so. The other day we saw a pelican, a skunk mama with 4 babies. I'd lost count at how many deer and deer babies, and ducks and geese galore, and squirrels, and you name it. It was like playing golf at the zoo.
Yeah, and it's beautiful, and it's right on Lake Barkley, so you've got a picturesque. And I'm going to tell you, Chris Carey and his crew out there at Mineral Mounds, they have done an amazing job with those greens last year. We were like having our fingers crossed, and we were at the actual first tournament in August to play on those greens that they had totally renovated the course. And so this year they're in perfect condition.
Oh, beautiful.
It's going to be, and in fact, speaking of Mineral Mounds, my husband was talking to Chris the other day at the bank, and he said that they had hit a all-time record for number of players on the course.
Oh, wow.
So everybody is getting out and getting exercise, and
Yay.
that makes you happy.
Yeah.
So get out, enjoy the amenities that we have in this area, and come register to play our golf tournament.
It'll make you so much more relaxed and nicer to people when you go out, and if nothing else, just take it out on the golf ball.
Yeah, just whack it.
Doesn't that sound good?
That's it. We could have a stress, putting contest or driving contest.
Domke and I are going to have fun whether you're there or not, but we'd like to have fun with you. How about that?
We would. So if you'd love to register, we would love for you to register, and make sure you send your information or give us a call. You can email us at lakebarkleychamber and the number 1 at gmail.com, or give us a call at 270-388-4769.
Thank you. I love you. I'm so glad you were here today.
I love you, Tess.
We needed that. I knew you were the one to do it.
I don't know about that.
I do. I know you're the one to spit that out, where we will all say, you know what? She's got that mama voice. I don't know.
I'm not a mama.
But you are. To how many, though?
I'm a mama to business.
Oh, right. Well, that's something, though. To a whole community, that's a lot. And I think you're a leader for a reason. I really do.
We touch my heart.
Love you.
Thank you. I love you.
Of course, Payroll Vault, give us a phone number for that, too.
It's 270-601-4048.
I'm telling you, Lake Barkley Chamber of Commerce and Miss Deb Domke, we love you. Thank you so much. We'll see her hopefully very soon. And I'll tell you what's coming up next is free milk. Could you use some free milk?
I have been using some of that free milk, and it's delicious.
H&R Ministries is at it again, and they're going to help put together some free milk giveaways. So hang on. We're going to tell you all about it next.
Committed to offering the highest level of support to its customers during this challenging time. In addition to their regular in-location and drive-through services, Planters Bank offers many remote banking services. You can check your balance, make a deposit, transfer money, and even fill out a loan or credit card application online. To learn more about their convenient banking tools, visit plantersbankonline.com.
Have you been to Big Deal Store yet? Go to WPKYOnline.com and click on Loyal Listener Big Deals. The other day, I redeemed a gift certificate on my smartphone. It was so easy. Thanks to Loyal Listener Big Deals, I found new places to eat, have fun, take the family out, and get my car fixed. With Loyal Listener Big Deals, you can save money and try new businesses. Go to WPKYOnline.com. But you better hurry. You never know how long each deal will last.
We at the Edge Media Group believe in the power of prayer. That's why we're asking you to pray for our community. It's simple. Just record yourself on your phone and email us your prayer. Give your name and record your prayer. We'll do the rest. Email your prayer to prayerswpky@gmail.com. We'll broadcast a community prayer on this station every day around 10 in the morning and 10 in the evening. Before our morning prayer at 10, we will ring bells as requested by Governor Andy Beshear. We will get through this together.
Always the best. Herb Hayes Furniture and Mattress is celebrating their 59th anniversary and sharing their excitement by offering you store-wide savings. No down payment and 0% interest for up to 5 years. Open Tuesday through Saturday from 8 to 5. Get great savings today from your hometown favorite since 1961. Herb Hayes Furniture and Mattress, where you always get the best selection, the best furniture at the best price. On the Boulevard in Hopkinsville. Always the best.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique.
1580, 103.3 WPKY. I gotta do the weather. That's what I gotta do. Fog's all gone today, thank goodness. The good Lord saw to that. 8 o'clock this morning, it was out of here. Sunshine and 85 the rest of the day. Clear tonight and 62 tomorrow. Sunshine, because Harrell Riley said so. Brother Harrell Riley ordered that one, didn't you? Just take credit for it. 89. Then on Wednesday, 20% chance of early afternoon showers and thunderstorms. High 92. It is 8:55 at 1580, 103.3 WPKY. And you know why I'm picking on him a little bit? It's because Harrell Riley is here. So I have the chance to pick at him. So I have to do it before I get into it, because then he takes up for himself. How are ya?
We are great.
Brother Harrell Riley with H&R Ministries is here with us this morning. And you got a guest with you. Who'd you
Well, actually, he's the man in charge. This is Brother Webster from down at First Christian. He called on me a couple of weeks ago about a project, asked if HR Ministries would be happy to partner with them, and the answer was yes.
Well,
so
absolutely.
I wanted him to. We need to get on here and tell you what's happening. So there's your man.
Now, Brother Webster, remind us what church you're with again.
Hey, Tess, it's great to be back. I'm Jonathan Webster. I'm pastor of First Christian Church here in Princeton on Hopkinsville Street. So, one of our lay people, Sally Hart, and all of our lay folks actually are working together to bring some milk into the community. The Society of St. Andrews it's an organization that gleans food. When a farmer might not be able to get his crops in, they glean the food, and then they get it out to folks that might need the food. I won't do any test of anybody's biblical knowledge, but the reason it's named Society of St. Andrew was St. Andrew was the one that found the fish and loaves for
really?
Jesus. So,
was it really?
Yeah, he said, Jesus, we have this little boy has fish and loaves, and then Jesus multiplied those, and
how come you didn't remember that, HR?
I did. He never asked the question.
I didn't ask the question. I didn't want to put anybody on the spot.
I could have told you that, but he didn't ask the question.
I didn't remember that.
So going back, we are going to get milk come into the community. It's kind of like a truck-to-trunk program. To trunk. It's going to be at the Butler building next Monday, a week from today at 9 a.m. So anybody in your listening area that needs milk or knows of somebody that needs milk, come and it's all free. You can take as many gallons as you can use. And if you know of somebody, I would encourage churches that want to come and get some gallons and distribute to the senior citizens. Just come and get milk, and it's all free. It won't be any cost at all. It's a partnership between the Society of St. Andrews, our church, HR Ministries, and anybody else that will join us. So.
Well, I think that's fantastic. How about that?
Yes. So the truck will come in, Butler parking lot up here, 9 o'clock. We have talked to Princeton Lumber. We're grateful for how this community comes together. They're going to let us use a forklift to be sure that we have the ability to get them off the truck, those kind of things. But we just need some more volunteers and some people who want, and would be willing to get milk to other folks. I mean, you might want to come get 25 gallons and drive to your friends and give them, or those that are shut in, or those that are struggling with the social distancing issue and don't want to go to the store. You can deliver them, but otherwise come and get them for yourself. And to be honest with you, the bulk of this is on First Christian Church. We just want to be a partner in what's going on. And as you know, as HR Ministries, any of the churches are willing to jump out and get involved in what's happening in the community. We want to be a part of that, which overlaps what we do at Joseph Storage Bin and some other stuff. So that's the reason I'm cheerleading and connecting with Brother Jonathan here.
I think that's amazing.
If you haven't met him yet, he's a fine, fantastic fella.
He is.
We need to pray his church, buy him a car, because he's always walking to church. And no, I'm just kidding. He likes walking. We were just talking about that. What does he like about Princeton? The smallness of it and the quaintness of being able to walk and do some stuff. And so it's a good day.
You know where I met him at? Don't get me wrong. I met him at here. I usually meet just about everybody here, but I met him at a horse show before I met him here, didn't I?
Yes, Tess, at Black Patch Horse Festival. I got the honor of doing the prayer for that last year.
I'll tell you, in Fredonia.
It was fun.
And I was at a Fredonia horse show over the weekend. How about that?
Yes.
But that's where I met him at last year. I love that you were out there and having a good time and meeting people, and that's what it's all about.
It is. And we're looking forward to getting this milk out to everybody. And just give us a call. Call HR Ministries. Our number at the church is 270-365-2359. 270-365-2359. And we need all the help we can get. We want folks to just come and get as much milk as they can and take it around to their friends and neighbors. And it's going to be a wonderful way of just showing the love of Jesus.
And it's not anything where you just have one or two, per family.
No.
You have a lot.
If you want 30 gallons of milk for your family, Tess, we'll give it to you, okay?
I don't want 30 gallons of milk.
How many gallons you need, we'll give you. So, yes.
The other thing in listening, if you're out there and you're a part of another organization, or you might be connected to another group
in another county community because of radio waves or however you're connecting this, please call them, let them know, because there'll be plenty of it. So if you're in Lyon County, Trigg County, Crittenden County, and there's a food distribution or there's a church that would like to, or again, if the 4-H or somebody else wants to join in to do that, Brother Jonathan and them be happy for them to bring some coolers and take some and do that. I mean, I don't know if folks are having camp or vacation Bible school. Of course, everything's a little different and unusual these days, but we would challenge you to come and do that. And if you know somebody that would be happy to do that, let us know, let Brother Jonathan know, because we'd like to plug that in as well. If you're getting food regularly, if you're a senior citizen, those kind of things, please come get it. If you are a part of King's Kitchen and coming to get food on a regular basis, or you're part of King's Kitchen and would like to do that, please contact Brother Jonathan in the office there at the church and do that as well. So
I started to say they're getting full boxes of cereal in their meal thing, so that'd be great to go with.
So it's a widespread opportunity, and this is a good thing, because if they weren't doing this, it would probably be destroyed. And so it's twofold. We're taking and stewarding what God's given our community and culture to do, and at the same time not wasting it and blessing families and folks that, if you stop and think about it, if a family comes and gets 3 gallons and money is tight, that's a $10 bill.
I'm going to tell you what, there has been some times in my life with my kids not too long ago that I wondered how I was going to buy a gallon of milk, and that I had counted the pennies and put everything together, and that is a fact of life. Yep. And I think we've all been there, and some of us have been there more recent than others. Yeah. And God bless them if that can help them out. 3 gallons of milk is that means I can buy something else to go with the milk.
That's correct, Tash. And a couple of things. Society St. Andrew paid market price, so it's also helped the farmers. They help them. And then Borden Dairy is processing it, so it is processed, good quality milk. We all will be wearing our personal protection gear and making and doing the right social distancing, so we'll keep everybody safe. And hell, what else do we need to tell them?
Well, how about your church? Are y'all up and running? What are y'all doing?
We have been doing outdoor worship every Sunday since the first Sunday in June. We actually took a break yesterday and just did virtual worship because of the COVID spike. Right. But
and this is First Christian Church.
First Christian Church. So, and we also I'm honored to be on the radio here now. Started that about 6 weeks ago. Brother Harrell has it at the 9 o'clock hour, and then he turns it over to me at 9:30.
Well, how about that?
So we are kind of back to back on the radio. So we're on the radio here on WPKY at 9:30, First Christian Church. And then we have a virtual worship service on Facebook, First Christian Church, Disciples of Christ, Princeton, Kentucky. And then when we feel it's safe, we do outdoor worship. And then we'll eventually get back indoors.
But they
into
can
our
check
building.
with you online and see your schedule, right?
See your schedule, call us.
Well, so how'd you get him to open up for you? That's what I want to know.
Open up after
Be
now?
your opening act.
I don't know. I never thought about it that way.
I don't know. I think I can't see you as an opening act.
No, I'm a closer. But anyway,
Harrell, Riley, what do y'all got going on other than that?
Well, the store's running. We are in preparation
Wait a
mode.
minute, WPKY Princeton. Go ahead. Oh. I had to throw an idea in there. We got to be legal.
Got to be legal. Our store is open, and things are going well down there. We are in prep mode for the revival, August the 17th through the 21st. Last week, we took a group of men to the revival down in Cleveland, Tennessee. They'll be in Titus, Alabama this week. It is going well. If you haven't had an opportunity, go on our Facebook page. They will be posted there, the sermons and the opportunity for those worship settings. And just kind of walking through what's going on in training and equipping. We actually have a graduation from beginning with the end in mind tonight. We have 3 students that have gone the 16-week program through our store and through our reentry program. So we're proud of them and look forward to encouraging their families in that process. And so just trying to keep the pace in what's going on and being abreast of opportunities. When Brother Jonathan offered this and asked if we'd be interested, the answer is yes. And so we're grateful that we can, connect to the community in whatever way possible. And if you have any needs or questions, please call us. We want to be a part of what you're doing as well. So WPKY is always good about getting the info out. They are community-oriented, and this is going to be the greatest comeback ever.
Of
is the way I
all
understand, of all times. And so this is a part of it, because anything we can do to support in this time frame would be a blessing to everybody. So
on the National Day of Prayer, I'll never forget that, because that was something that had never been done that I know of across the airwaves anyway, at least for WPKY.
Right.
And that was pretty neat. And right now, I think that is something, after seeing, I was glad to see a few people's faces today. I know, because I think with everybody fussing and fighting, I think it's a good time to think about the Bible a little bit.
Yep.
Can you throw a verse out there for people that are struggling? Because I know some people are struggling with this.
Well, for everything that's going on, and this is for if there's a side, if there's a contention, if there's anything else that's going on, the Scripture says He did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Well, that power in us is the Holy Spirit of God. So if you're saved, God can handle what's going on. Love, that's our response to each other and what needs to happen. And our mind is a blessing to the battle with the enemy. I would challenge folks to recognize we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers and rulers in high places. So your conflict's not with the one who does or doesn't have the mask. The conflict in America is not the government, the Democrat or the Republican. The conflict is not between our skin colors. The conflict is Satan wants chaos and total control over our lives. And when we submit to that, then we're missing out on the joy of the Lord. And so I would challenge you, put your faith and trust in Jesus, quit worrying about everything else, because we don't need to have fear. 365 times in the Scripture it says, fear not. And so I just challenge you to reach out and love one another, be mindful. That power that's in us can give us the ability to do anything we need to do in relation to where we sit and what's going on around us. And that sound mind part, quit thinking about all the stuff that you can't fix. Philippians 4:8 says, think on these things. Whatsoever is good, true, of noble report, think on these. Oftentimes we're thinking about all the stuff that can't happen right. And then he tells us in Romans chapter 12, verses 1 and 2, don't be conformed to this world. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And so God's given us that liberty. That's a promise. He said He did not give us a spirit of fear, but so God did give us the ability to have power, love, and a sound mind. So
that's why we love you, right?
Hang in there, keep running, and know this: milk is free.
I'm going to tell you what. Does he not have revival on speed dial over there at any moment? I love watching his mind work. Is amazing. I love that.
Well,
we need it though, Brother Harrell.
It's kind of like ping pong balls up in there. Somebody poured the bag out, and I had to catch them every once in a while.
We need it every once in a while.
Every time we're thinking. But I would just say this: it is a very difficult time. At the end of the day, none of the stuff that we have a conflict over is going to last. The only thing that lasts is the love we've had for one another and our eternity. Where will it be? Heaven or hell? Relationship with Jesus Christ. The only way to figure that out. Put your faith and trust in Jesus. Let me say it clearly. Put your faith and trust in Jesus. Amen. I don't know who needs to hear that out there today, but you be looking for answers. Put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ. He's got the answer.
Thank you. Again, Friday. Free milk at the Butler, and that's...
Monday.
Monday.
Oh, geez, the 20th. Come on now.
The 20th, a week from today.
Monday. Let me help you.
You said Friday.
Test the mess. Pay attention. It is Monday the 20th at 9 a.m. at the Butler parking lot.
Now, that part I had.
Monday. Say it with me. Monday. Thank you.
Monday, right?
A week from today.
Monday. A week from today at 9 a.m. Butler parking lot, and you can get as many as you want or need, right?
Yes.
Amen. And please tell other folks.
Yes. Thank you so much for being here. Of course, Brother Webster with First Christian Church. And you said your phone number is 365-2359, right?
Yes.
Where can they find you to holler at you, Harrell Riley?
At the store. Somebody will find us.
That's downtown Princeton, right?
Joseph Storage Bin. Yep.
There
Come by and see us. We're open from 10 to 4 every day. Drop your stuff off in the back. We're there from 8 to 5 for that. So enjoy and be a part of what God's doing in the community.
It's going to be a beautiful, bright, shining day. Have a great one and be kind to one another.
Celebrating 70 years of community service. We're 1580, 103.3 WPKY Princeton.